It's July. Are you already feeling whooped? Can you barely remember the last time you did anything for yourself? Are you showing up dead last on your list? Or are you even on your list these days? I'm checking in on my strong friends with Jenna Kutcher's new book, How Are You Really? Not only is it an amazing read, but it poses a great question to not only ask others, but ourselves. So I'm asking you, encourager, how are you really? Have you taken self-care serious this year? Did you start out strong and then before you knew it, everyone else's agenda started taking over and voila, you're barely back to remembering to do one thing for yourself every day? I am especially talking to you if you are the one who makes everyone else's world go round. This episode is not just about making self-care the norm in your life. We are also going to talk about the resentment or the lack of appreciation you feel when doing everything for everyone else and the toll it takes on you. Are you ready for the reveal of the ultimate self-care secret? Let's go. As you find yourself taking care of your needs first and then everyone else's, you'll find you have more capacity and feel fulfilled in your acts of service to your family and all those you serve. When you're rested, in a better mood, feeling great in your own skin, responding to life and loving yourself so much, you will see the ripple of the positive effects in all your relationships. Why? Because you are already taken care of. We've seen what doing things in the reverse gets us, and now it's time to make your needs a priority. You deserve it and you're worth it. Encouragers, unite! This is for you if you don't have the positive support you need to chase your dreams while doing all the things. Or maybe you just need those positive vibes from other positive people doing positive things. You want to do self-improvement together to be great throughout all the areas of your life. If this is you, you found your tribe. I go live once a month, and this is also where we collaborate because together we can do so much more. Join now, and you get to help me create a community we love that serves and supports us in all the right ways. Let's build it together in the Encouragers Unity. We can all use more encouragement in our lives, so click the link in show notes to get started now, and I'll see you inside. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. I spent many a years burning the candle at both ends, up early and up late at night trying to get it all done. A full work day, plus, if I'm being honest, and then also the kids' schedules, their sports, their school, bop, the never-ending laundry, the constant cooking. Like, seriously, we just ate and you already hungry again? Oh my gosh. The emails, the extracurriculars, and not to mention all the seemingly silent things that never make the list, but take up time too. It's easy to see how before you know it, you are at the bottom or worse, nowhere on your list. For as much as we talk about self-care, an important topic that I'd love to explore is the resentment and lack of appreciation that comes with the territory when self-care is non-existent in your life. And yes, I'm totally speaking from experience here. Being a single parent for a super duper long time often meant everything fell on me singularly. It doesn't have to be that way. Trust, if you're a single parent, I hope that you have a tribe of folks you can lean on to help with some things, whether it's family, friends, or hired help. Help is help, honey. And we all need it. Even the not so single parents out there. It takes a village to raise these kids. And I've seen up close and personal why that quote is literally a way of life. Too much of anything comes at a price, and doing the most for everyone else, including the kiddos, can lead to resentment and a lack of feeling appreciated. Not resentment in the sense of not wanting to do for them or anyone that you're caring for, but when you're not taking care of yourself and you're exhausted, running on E, and there is no end in sight, it can lead to resentment. Sometimes it can be such a thankless job to be the one that has a lot of responsibility or everything falls on. To go day in and day out making things happen, and you can't remember the last time someone looked you in the eye and gave you a genuine thank you, or even acknowledged all the running around and hard work that goes into caring for these people, just so they can have less to worry about, or making sure that they have extra comforts you didn't come up having. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you for all you do. The late nights, the early mornings, the lack of sleep, in between meals, and all the balls you juggle. You, my friend, are a rock star. I see you and you are appreciated. Even if you don't hear it as often as you like or need, those you care for, they appreciate you too. And if by chance you're feeling resentment or a lack of appreciation, it's a sign you are slacking on your self-care, or it's completely non-existent. Self-care is an active form of self-love and appreciation for yourself. You deserve to put your mask on first. It doesn't make you selfish or make you a bad person because you actually want to take care of yourself. In fact, it's just another something that starts with you. You show people how to treat you. Well, if you aren't treating yourself well or tending to your own needs, how does anyone else know to do these things for you? When you take care of yourself, you have a different glow about you. You attract differently because you radiate differently. You are on a whole nother vibe and you draw in more love to you. You even show up differently in your relationship. As a parent, you set the example for your children of how to love themselves. How will they know to love themselves and put themselves first if you don't show them? They do what we do, not what we say. You can tell them to do their self-care all day. Trust, they do notice if you talk about it, but don't be about it. We all want our children to be in loving relationships with a partner that loves and cares for them. Well, they are their first partner, and so are you. Self-care is rooted in self. No one will love you the way that you will. No one will care for you the way that you will care for you. No one will meet your needs for you better than you can. It's not to say we don't need the love of others. Obviously, we all know how important it is. But I think this is where we sometimes get it twisted. You lose yourself when you're looking outside of yourself for love and validation because you missed seeking, finding, and basking in the love and validation within. So often what we're looking for is not out there. It is in here, inside of you already. You already have what you've been on the hunt for. It's just been waiting on you to discover it. The remedy to resentment and not feeling appreciated is found in your self-care. It's not called my man or my woman care. It's not called my kids care, my bosses care, my parents care. It's called self-care because it requires you to perform your own self-care on you and for you. You are worthy of self-care every day, not just on a Sunday. As you do all the things and chase your dreams, self-care has to be a major part of your day-to-day life. Giving yourself what you need is the key to being able to give everybody else what they need. If you're having a hard time making sure your self-care is on your list, Get all the deets in the Encourager's Insider Guide to Self-Care. These free, easy DIY tips for simple ways to make self-care a part of your daily routine, plus some bonus goodies. Get your free Encourager's Guide to Self-Care because you deserve to be a priority on your list. Grab it right on the blog or theshow.encourageovereverything.com/self-care freebie. No more being last on your list. Grab it today and give yourself the gift of self-care. I get it. As humans, we will show up for others before we will show up for ourselves. Why? Oh my gosh, a whole nother show. But when you look at it that way, it further confirms why you have to invest in your own self-care so you can show up for others the way you really want to. Kids love seeing their parents happy. Your boo thing, right along with your family, friends, coworkers, you name it. They all love seeing you happy. When you are rested, you show up alert, in good spirits, and a pleasure to be around. Not like when you're tired, short-fused, and attitude on tilt. When you are feeling good, it just flows into everything you do, and it's contagious. I haven't heard anybody saying, "Ooh, I love being around so-and-so" when they're in a bad mood. No. It's when you're in a good mood that people want to be with you and enjoy being around you. When you are fresh off some me time, whether it's time spent in meditation, a nap, or a day at the spa, when you are relaxed and feeling all zen-like, you respond better to life's bloopers and not at all fazed by the things that typically derail you or would have you mumbling underneath your breath. Sometimes a nap is the answer, boo. Nap time is not just for toddlers who we arrange our afternoons to accommodate. It's also for you. So you aren't going all Yosemite Sam on everybody. Take time out of your day to give yourself what you need, not what you're waiting on someone else to give you. Taking a moment to check in with yourself and recognize you just need a few minutes of peace and quiet, a 5-minute do-it-yourself facial, or looking forward to meeting up with a friend for that walk in the park. Grant yourself the gift of self-care. I've shared this story before, so I'm going to just give it to you in a quick little recap. But I did a 14-minute meditation challenge for 30 days, and it sent me on a self-care journey, and I've never looked back. I start my day with my morning routine, and it is legit non-negotiable. I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm talking zombie apocalypse and all. I wake up grateful and thank God for a new day. Meditate and journal. And there are some other things I do, and the time frame changes depending on what I have going on. Like, for example, on the weekends, I bask in my morning routine a whole lot longer than I do during the week. But those are the 3 things I cannot live without, and you wouldn't want me to. Giving myself that gift allows me to start my day on my own terms, not dictated by notifications or everyone else's list of demands. I own my day. I decide what my day is going to be like, not life deciding for me. Self-care is so much about ownership. It's easy to feel disconnected from yourself and your own needs when everyone else's needs are so much louder and placed ahead of yours, if you design it that way. All of those things can really lead to resentment and not feeling appreciated. You'll have less and less of those times when you feel important and not wondering why no one cares about what you need. Flip the script on expecting everyone around you to fall in line, and you make you the priority. As you find yourself taking care of your needs first and then everyone else's, you find you'll have more capacity and you feel more fulfilled in your acts of service to your family and all those you serve. When you are rested, in a better mood, feeling great in your own skin, responding better to life and loving yourself so much more, you will see the ripple effect of the positive impacts in all of your relationships. Why? Because you are already taken care of. We've seen what doing things in the reverse gets us, and now is the time to make your needs a priority. You deserve it, and you're worth it. The ultimate self-care secret is saying yes to you. You may not listen to that little nudge inside of you that says, I need a minute before I lose it. Or maybe you need a day off soon, but you haven't scheduled it. Or you've been putting off making that doctor's appointment, catching up with that friend for lunch to get that sister friend connection, going to get that mani-pedi, or doing that at-home facial you love so much. Maybe you've been waiting for a special occasion to use that nail polish. Boo! Use the nail polish now. Schedule that thing you've been putting off. Catch up with your friend. Trust me, you both need it. Say yes to taking a nap because you need the rest and want to feel refreshed so you can go longer throughout the day. Say yes to meditate for 15 minutes every day in order to connect with your inner self and listen for those answers to your questions. Say yes to declining that invitation because what you really want to do, more than being social and all out and about, is to unwind at home because it's been one of those kind of weeks. You don't even got to lie about it, okay? Other humans will understand. Say yes to what it is that you need in this moment. You may not say no to others all that often, but saying yes to them is a no to you. And if you're going to say yes to anyone, let it be you and what you need. There are going to be those seasons where you might be handing out a lot of yeses to everybody else, but schedule a check-in on your calendar to reflect and see if you need to add more yeses to you in there. One last thing to think about. If you aren't saying yes to yourself now, then when? There's often a badge of honor given for putting everyone else before you. But is it actually worth it when you are broke down in your brake pads, exhausted, dehydrated, skin looking tore up, you're running on fumes, and disappointed in the way you are showing up in your relationships and throughout your life? You will be a better parent, partner, family member, friend, coworker, neighbor, you name it. You'll be an all-around better person when you are taking care of yourself on a daily basis. Self-care isn't something that should just be done once a month when you have that one special outing planned. You are worth 1% of your day every day. Just 14 minutes every day. That's 1%. And if you're bold, make it an even 15 minutes. These small yet consistent deposits into yourself reinforce how much you love you, care about you, and how important you are to you. The more you show yourself that kind of love, the more love you have to give, and the more love you'll receive. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Make self-care the norm in your world and watch your world reflect back to you the love you've always wanted. Encourage over your self-care because together we can encourage over everything. Thanks for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a moment to leave a review. All you have to do is rate by lighting me up with some stars and leave a few words. If you share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages because we all know some peeps in our lives who could use an extra dose of encouragement. And I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for this to end. So if you want more, check out theshow.encourageovereverything.com for literally all things Encourage Over Everything. Stay connected and join the email list. Get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. theshow.encourageovereverything.com has everything that you're looking for, from show notes and all of the info on today's sponsors. And if you are looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community at the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through because together we can encourage over everything.